Do I have some negative things to say about Cristiano Ronaldo? I do, yeah, I do. But I'm also not mad at him. But I'm mad at him for what is to come. Now, let me explain. Portugal loses to Ireland 2-0. Guys, it's a team that's playing for a tie, Portugal. All they need is a tie, they make the World Cup. So they come into this game, okay, if we mess up here, we still have one more game. It's okay, guys. We're fine, right? That's how they're looking at it. And then you have Ireland, a group of guys in front of their fans that go, hey, if we win today, there is a chance that we can still make the World Cup. All we have to do is beat Hungary and Portugal loses. And there's a possibility. And this team comes into this game hungry with a chance to keep their World Cup dreams alive against a team that's kind of like, well, if we do it today, that's fine, but we have Armenia at home, no big deal, blah, 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 blah. Ireland showed up, another team. You can't do that in modern football. You can't half-ass modern football. Any team can beat anyone. They went into it kind of like, and then boom, Ireland smacked them up. Big ups to Ireland, deserved. Where the problem lies is Ronaldo got a red card. Now, everybody's freaking out because he threw an elbow, he gets a direct red, which could be a 2-game suspension, which means he'll miss game 1 of the World Cup, right? He would miss game 1 of the World Cup if the facts are true. Now, this is where the problem for me lies. If he does actually miss game 1 of the World Cup, if we make the World Cup, I don't like this. Because if you go back to the Qatar World Cup against Morocco, you see that Ronaldo was playing, then Ronaldo got benched for Gonçalo Ramos. Gonçalo Ramos scored a hat-trick, then Ronaldo didn't play no more, and then we got kicked out, and people said, oh, what if Ronaldo would have played? Ronaldo could have definitely helped us beat Morocco because we could have had someone in the air that could have scored headers, boom, 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 this, boom, 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 that, and the drama was about Ronaldo playing or not playing. Well, now if we go into week 1 of the World Cup, if we're there, and Ronaldo doesn't play, and Gonçalo Ramos scores a hat-trick, now if Ronaldo comes in game 2, if he doesn't score a hat-trick or Portugal doesn't perform well, oh, wow, this guy's holding Portugal back. If he comes in and performs well, everyone's going to keep quiet. But the moment that we get eliminated, they're going to go, oh, man, but you saw how well they played with Gonçalo Ramos week 1 of the World Cup. If they would have just kept him game 1 of the World Cup, they would have won the World Cup. And now you got this drama about Ronaldo playing and not playing. And I hate that. Because it should strictly be about the performances of the players. I don't care who's starting for Portugal. I just want to see Portugal play good football. I just want to see Portugal advance far by playing great ball. And unfortunately, because of this red card, if he does get suspended for game 1 of the World Cup, all of a sudden, it's going to be drama that's unneeded around the Portuguese national team. And you guys might be like, oh, it's not. It is, because around Ronaldo comes, when there's drama, there's papers that sell, there's websites for clicks, there's clickbait, and there's all that when it comes around Ronaldo. So you know the first thing that's going to happen and is going to be talked about all over the place is going to be Ronaldo starting, not starting, and starting, not starting. And it's just going to be a dilemma that man don't want to see. So that's where I'm a little bit mad at Cristiano Ronaldo for throwing the elbow. Again, the guy's never really got red cards playing for the Portuguese national team. He's been someone who's always kept it set. He's done a lot for us. So I ain't mad at him. I'm just a little bit upset that he lost his head with the next game that's so important, right? Needing a tie against Armenia at home. And also, if he misses week 1 of the World Cup, is kind of, or game 1 of the World Cup is kind of bad, right? Just because of the situation that are at hand. And also, just with the drama that's unfolded over the last week or the last month, I don't really know what's going on with Ronaldo, but his recent interview was something I just can't really get behind. I know Ronaldo is trying to make his case for being the best ever. But I don't think Ronaldo needs to make his case. And Ronaldo's trying super hard to make people like him. Cristiano Ronaldo is trying to prove to people that he's the best. And he goes out and he says, oh, you know, the World Cup's only 6 or 7 games. Is that really going to determine my career? Well, Ronaldo, early in your career, you said that the World Cup was your dream. And now it's not your dream. So you kind of contradict yourself and kind of like made this a situation for yourself. If your whole life, your whole career, you said the World Cup wasn't a big deal, then it wouldn't have been a big deal. And let me explain something to you, Cristiano. I know you're never going to see this, but I'm just speaking out loud. If you win the World Cup, it's still irrelevant to Messi fans. That's what you need to understand. So you're in these interviews trying to convince people of something that doesn't need to be convinced. If you win the World Cup, there will be another thing that separates you guys, and it won't be you winning it. You get what I'm saying? You can win the World Cup, and Messi fans will come back and be like, yeah, but did Ronaldo ever dribble through 11 players at once and score a goal in the back of the net? Did Ronaldo ever score 90-something goals in one season? There's always going to be something that will separate you from Messi in their eyes. And that's okay, because not everyone needs to have the same opinion about everything in life. So for me, I hated this interview. I hated every bit of it because he seemed sour. And he's a player that has achieved so much in his career, so much in his life, and he's done so much for Portugal, for Real Madrid, for every team he's played for. He's done so many great things. You don't need to prove yourself, bro. Allow your game and your film to do the talking. And your game's done a lot of talking. And people who watch football understand what your game is. I was at a Chick-fil-A line the other day. That's pretty funny, right? You know, of course you were. Excuse me, I was not getting food for me. I was getting food for my wife, right? So get it right. I actually wasn't eating for me, okay? I'm eating super, super healthy because of everything going on right here, okay? I'm eating healthy, bro. So I pulled up, and the guy was at the window, and he goes, yo, are you A9? I was like, yeah. And we start talking, waiting for the food, and he turns to me and goes, hey, Messi or Ronaldo? And I said, listen, man, I'm Portuguese, so I should say Ronaldo. But I love Messi, man. The way Messi plays is unbelievable, so I can't really choose. I think they're both unbelievable football players, and because I'm Portuguese, I should say Ronaldo, but I respect Messi so much that I won't say Ronaldo. That's what I told him at the line, just like that. And he replied back to me, he goes, I get you, man. He goes, I used to be a Ronaldo fan, big time. And then Messi started doing stuff, man, that really started making me really, you know, he got the World Cup and stuff, and I'm like, I get it. And he goes, but if I'm being honest with you, the back end of Messi's career is not good compared to Ronaldo's. And I said, I get it. I get where you're coming from. And I agreed with him. I said, listen, I agree with you. I think that Barcelona kind of failed Messi at the end, and that was because of financial issues. And I think that the moves he made after Barcelona were not beneficial to his career. And he said, yeah, man, I agree. Dapped up, and I left. You know, and that was the conversation we had. And that's the truth. That's my truth to it. I think that Messi's back end to his career doesn't do him any favors. And the one thing I did say before I left, I was like, the one thing that saved Messi's back end to his career was the World Cup. Because if he never got that World Cup, it would have been a pretty bad end to his career. Stat-wise, no. But like winning trophies or teams that he went to being successful, or him being massively successful after he left Barca, or even towards the back end of the Barca days, that it wasn't really there. But the World Cup saved that, right? The World Cup really, really made the back end of his career okay, because you take that World Cup out, let's say he wins the World Cup against Germany back in Brazil. I think it was the Brazil World Cup. And then at the back end of his career, nothing really happened. It would have been a real like decline from those high days. So there's no real way to like separate these guys, right? They both have like highs and lows, and it is what it is. So I hate Ronaldo going on this interview and really, really trying to make people like him or whatever he's doing. I don't like it. You know, I just feel like there's some type of like anger or something there. And I don't, and it makes it look like he's sour towards Messi winning the World Cup. And truly, bro, there's nothing to be sour about, bro. Like, the guy plays for Argentina. Argentina is always, guys, Argentina will win another World Cup. Argentina will win another World Cup. In the next 30, 40 years, Argentina will win a World Cup. Portugal probably won't, right? It's just what it is. Why? Because Argentina is this country that brings out phenomenal football players all the time. And Portugal is bringing out football players, getting superstars like Ronaldo, Figo, Zabi, very rare, but we do put out good football players more now. Argentina's historic, my boy. They've brought out football players all the time. They bring out players all over the place. Argentina is known for just bringing out talented players and unbelievable players. That's what they do. Them, Brazil, it's what they do. And they go through struggles, like you see Brazil struggle a little bit now, but they always bounce back somehow, some way. And they'll always bounce back because those countries are so well known for football and what they do. So again, man, I don't know why Ronaldo's doing it, and I don't like it. And I could have made a video on it right away, but I kind of just sat on there and just kind of watched and like paid attention. It's kind of just like, I don't know, man. It just feels off. I don't know why he made that interview. I don't know why he said the things he said in that interview. I don't know why he threw the elbow today. He lost his head, obviously. But now it's time for Portugal to do Portugal. They have a good enough squad to beat Armenia without Ronaldo. And if they got to have him without for the game one of the World Cup, they got to have him for game one of the World Cup. But as a Portuguese person, I'm here to tell you that we are not freaking out. We are not. Bro, there's times where I was looking at the table like, yo, Portugal's not going to make the Euro. Portugal's not going to make the World Cup. Portugal's not going to make this. There's been so many times. Right now, we're in first place and our fate is in our hands. We don't have to worry about a playoff. We got to make this happen. We got to go tie to Armenia or beat Armenia at home on Sunday. That's it. That's what it is. Let's make it happen. Let's make the World Cup. Get this last game done. And let's go to the World Cup. That's all it is. Ronaldo, stop making interviews, bro. Chill. You don't got to be saying these things, bro. We know who you are. We know what you did. People that like you, like you. People that don't like you, don't like you. Leave it at that. Love you guys, man. Thanks for watching.